week as we finish up that Skinvigorate brush. Yay! Queen of Sales, Peggy Ferguson, $964. Wow, she's a beast. She is a beast. Court of Sales, Marion Cash Rose, Melissa Runyon, Lindsay Breeding, Stormy Lee, and Kenzie Short. Way to go, y'all. Queen of Booking, Kenzie Short with 10. That is beast level. Absolutely, that is. Excellent, excellent. Court of Bookings. Whoops, that went fast. Okay. On Target Star, Stormy Lee. Very good, very good. Court of Booking, Lindsay, Melissa, Marion, Peggy, and Stormy. Way to go. So proud of y'all. Oh, there we go. We did it again. That works. On Target Star, Stormy, where will you be celebrated this next week? Yay! You have places to win and places to play every single week. And that's what it's about. It's about the fun and the race and the chase. Okay, so do we have guests on with us tonight? We do? Yeah, who are our guests? Who are our guests? Hang on, I'm trying to look and see.
Hey, Elijah.
Hi.
Hi, we're so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me. Oh, let me go get the products. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so good. I love it. Wonderful.
She checked me out at Bath and Body Works yesterday and was like, I was like, when can you? I was like, we have these times. And she's like, I can do tomorrow. And I was like, yeah.
Awesome. I love a make it happen woman in her and in you. I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah,
very good. Okay, so what we will do is we will have Marion Forrest step over into the breakout room and she will give a pampering experience over there for the guests. So very, very good.
Thank you all for having me again.
We're so glad to have you. Oh my gosh.
So, Elijah, you should see a button on your screen that says join breakout room or join pampering session. Do you see that button?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Do you want me to press it now?
Yep, you can click it.
Okay.
Bye, girly. There she goes. And then Marion is going to be swooped away too.
I think that's the next member of our team right there.
I would say yes, because people who are on it like that.
I'm hoping so. Y'all, at Bath and Body Works yesterday, I got 3 of the workers. I went to go buy candles because Mary Kay doesn't do candles. And I needed the fall candles and they were $10 off. And I had like a 25% off coupon. So I was like, I want candles. So Amanda went with me and like, I talked like, and one girl was like, but I don't want other people to see me. I was like, you and me can do it then. What time do you want? Like, I booked 3 of them in a span of like 20 minutes. I was like, let's go.
Fabulous. That is how it's done.
If y'all have the big box store that sells all the stuff that we sell except for candles, go talk to the workers because apparently they're into it.
Love it. Love it. Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Okay. Way to go, Melissa. Okay, so and Melissa, you can stay over here. You can go over there, whatever's best for you. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go straight into our training. And we're going to have Emily Lewis. She has been killing it, getting leads and creating results where there have not been results. So beautiful, Emily, if you will, take it away.
Yes, I would love to. I'm so excited. Okay. So how many people, I want y'all to open up your calendars real fast. Okay. If you're on your phone and your calendar's on your phone, you don't have to like swipe and do all of that. But I want you to look at your calendar. Okay. And I want you to raise your hand if you're happy with how many bookings are on there. Okay. So we could all use some more bookings. Okay. And that is where I was the beginning of, I guess, September. I looked at my calendar and it was like Marion mentioned it earlier, snow blindness, like solid white where Mary Kay was supposed to be. Nothing was there. And I was like, okay, this business doesn't work unless I do.
it's time for me to put my big girl pants on and get to work. Okay. So here are kind of the main way that I have created bookings. Okay. Number one, and I'm just going to hit on this real quick because I know everyone knows this, but I would be willing to bet that at least 75% of the people on the call don't do it. Okay. And that's asking for referrals. Asking for referrals. My first 2 years in business, I hated that part. Hated it with a passion. Felt so awkward. Didn't want to do it. Hated it. Okay. Now, I don't have them right here, but I have a stack of referral sheets from my customers from parties and things where they've all given me. They only give me 5. I give them a gift like Maureen's taught. I give them a gift with 5 referrals. And now I have a lot that I can't even call them all. So get in the practice. Oh, Marion, did you get kicked out?
She told me Melissa told me she wanted to take care of it.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I
love
said,
it.
girl, get it.
Yay.
Go.
Okay.
That's why
I
I
was
said,
like, oh,
okay.
I'm the host. Do I need to put her back over there? So ask for your referrals. And if you feel awkward about it, you're going to feel awkward about it until you start doing it. So, you might as well just walk in the awkward for a little bit and then you'll feel better. So ask for referrals is number one, because then you're not wondering where are my next leads coming from. They're right there on that piece of paper. And here is my little script I say whenever I call referrals, because I've had fabulous luck with this. Okay. I also do the thing Maureen has taught where I give $20 in free product just for them booking, because I know most of the time they're going to use it off of a bundle. Okay. So I call them so they can hear my excitement. And I'm like, hey, this is Emily Lewis with Mary Kay. And I was just calling because I met Lindsay the other day, and she got the chance to nominate a couple women in her life that she thought deserved to be pampered. And she chose you. She wanted to bless you. And so she wanted to bless you with a deep pore cleanse and a gift certificate. So 90% of the time they don't answer because it's a random number. So I just say, give me a call back or text me. I look forward to hearing from you. And that's it. Okay. So making her feel special in that phone call. So that's the first piece. The second piece is office of the week. Office of the week. And this is something you can do whether you work a full-time job or whether you work Mary Kay full-time. Okay. So what I do is I go to Facebook and I ask them to nominate an office in our town that they think goes above and beyond to be my business of the week. Okay. So y'all, you can create this any way you want to. You can spin it however. The beginning of September, I needed an office and I didn't have anyone, and no one posted on my thing where I asked for one. And so I went to one of my Facebook groups, and it's called Rants and Raves of Saline County. And I searched raves and I picked the first business that came up. No one's going to ask who nominated them. And if they do, I say, I just ask on Facebook and y'all just had incredible reviews. So that's it. They don't have to know all the details. But what I take is I take a basket. And my basket is still out of business now. But I take a basket and it's full with little goodie bags. So it has a sample, a piece of candy, and my business card. Okay. And I switch it up on samples. It is whatever I have extra of. But your hand creams, your mascaras, those are nice, kind of on the cheaper end samples. Okay. So that's what I like to do there. Hand creams too. That way, guys, if there's guys in the office, they can take them too. Okay. And so I call beforehand. And I just tell them who I am. Hi, I'm Emily Lewis with Mary Kay. And you guys were nominated as my business of the week. And I just wanted to know, when is a good time for me to bring by your goodie basket and to get to congratulate you guys? Then they'll either tell me a good time or they'll be like, hang on, you need to talk to so-and-so. Okay. So then I talk to them and they give me a time. And then I go and they know that I'm coming, and I bring my basket full of goodie bags and I bring a cup. Y'all, this is the key. office of the week is not near as effective unless you bring a cup. Okay. Because if you bring this, you're leaving it in their hands to contact you. Okay. We want control. We want to leave it in our hands. Okay. So I have just a little enter to win sheet, and it says their name, their phone number. Have they tried Mary Kay before? Do they have a consultant? And then who's the next business of the week? That way I don't have to think. Next, I've got like 8 other businesses in here. Okay. So they put their names in here, and I tell them I'm giving away a shopping spree. Okay. So one person out of here wins a $50 shopping spree. Everyone else, let me back up. Shopping spree redeemable at their skincare session. Repeat after me. Redeemable at your skincare session. Okay. We want them trying those products and getting on the whole line. Not the whole line, most of the line. So now they have all entered their name. And this works just like any other referral you get. Y'all, you will quickly see that your referrals, your booth events, your office of the week, they all basically get the same phone call. Basically the same thing. So I say, hey, Zoe, this is Emily Lewis with Mary Kay. We met at the pharmacy, and you were one of my winners of a $20 shopping spree and a deep pore cleanse. So all we need to do is get that scheduled, and then you can spend your gift certificate at the appointment. Okay. So there's your office of the week. And because of that, I have True Boutique. Look, they're my next office of the week right there. And then I take it and I go to the next one the next week. Okay. So you can work this however you want. If you have like different little subtowns, subpopulations, like I could do a Benton office of the week and a Bryant office of the week. That's okay. Like there are no rules. There are none. Okay. The ones I've done in the past, just to kind of give you some ideas to start with, dentist office. And I booked my entire dentist office did a session together because of office of the week a couple months ago. They just stayed, the dentist blocked off the last 2 hours of the day, and all the hygienists and everyone came back and had a session at the dentist office. So don't be afraid if they ask, or like if you want to start the conversation that way, you can do it. Okay, Stormy, what's your question?
So what if they don't fill out the whole entire thing? So they just put their name and their phone number because they want to be in this drawing, but they haven't given you the name of another office. They haven't told you whether or not they already have a consultant. What do you, do you respond to everybody or not?
Yes, I respond to everybody. Everyone gets a phone call. Now I do try, if at all possible, to be the one that takes the cup around. So, hey, enter the drawing for the $50 shopping spree. And so that way I'm standing right there and I can coach them as they're filling it out. This last one was a pharmacy, and so they were all behind the counter. And so I couldn't necessarily go to each individual person, but I made sure to just say, make sure you put a business on the bottom to nominate your next one. And so I tried to coach them from the other side of the counter. That's a great question. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Ashley.
So, like I've done the hand cream and things like that in the past. What are y'all's thoughts on the new hydrating sheet mask? Because our price point is so low for us and we get full retail credit. Do you think that's a good one to put? And it makes like a real bulky, like a gift.
Are they individually wrapped inside that box? Is that what you're saying? I haven't opened.
Yeah,
up
they're
the box
individually
yet.
wrapped.
That's a great idea,
They have the instructions on them. So
especially because it's a new product.
So they look like this. What's the price point? I can't even remember, y'all. I know these are $2 a piece.
It's
Yeah,
$40
and there are 8 of
retail,
them.
right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
So you could fold them.
$2.50 a piece that your pay. So you would, I mean, the hand creams are 75 cents. are some 70, maybe 70 cents. And mascaras are like 50 cents. So it definitely isn't, I mean, you're almost doubling
Mhm.
the amount.
I would be
I just-
strategic about when you use this.
That's what I would say too.
Mhm. Yeah. So I've started, like Teresa taught on a couple weeks ago, when they listen to like a video about the business and fill out a survey before their appointment, I give them this. Teresa taught that a couple weeks ago, that it is totally worth $2.50 for them to come to the appointment already having information about the business. So they get all of my guests that have already listened to a little bit about the business, get one of these as soon as they walk in the door for the appointment. Mhm.
Okay.
Any other questions? Great question, Ashley.
How do you know that they listen to the video?
I just made a Google form, and it asks some questions. Like,
Gotcha.
I can't remember the questions off the top of my head. Basically, if you, what quality in you would make you a great consultant? And then if you could ask any questions about the business, what 2 questions would you ask? And so that kind of gives me where their head is for during the appointment. And I've just embedded that video in there. So I just send them the one link, and it's got the video inside of it. And then it's got the couple questions that I have them ask. Mhm. Okay. Any other questions about? Are the questions? Those questions are not on the business of the week form. So the form, we kind of sidetracked there. So just to wrap it back up. Oh, what questions? Got it. They are, have you tried Mary Kay before? Do you have a consultant? Who would you nominate as the next business? Yep. Okay. Any other questions? Now go ahead, make your list of businesses. Dara, did you have a question?
If I can unmute. So if they have a consultant, how do you handle that once you get the paper?
So I will text them or call them and say, hey, I saw that you chose you had a consultant. I just wanted to ask some follow-up questions. When, I don't know, it kind of depends on the context. If I notice she's circling that right then, I'll ask them absolutely in person. Like, oh, you've got a consultant. Who is it? And if they're like, oh, I don't remember her name. It's been ages since I bought from her. Then I just make a note in my head. Okay, she doesn't really have a consultant. Like, if you can't remember her name and it's been ages, doesn't count. And so try to ask it right then. If you can't ask it right then, I'll call and ask afterwards. And I'll say, I drew your name as one of the winners. But kind of the practice is that in Mary Kay, we don't steal you from another consultant. So I just wanted to check, like, do you still have an active consultant? Does she still service you? So, okay.
One of the things that I do with regards to them having a consultant is I will say, oh my goodness, you were one of my winners. Okay, so what is the name and phone number of your consultant so that I can reach out to her and she can honor that? And then they send me the name and phone number. And then I let them know, hey, I met your gal at a booth. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And so I just tell them, you can give them a complimentary makeover. You can give them a gift certificate. If you have discontinued product, you can give them that, because sometimes they'll ask me, I don't know what to do. If they're a consultant, if they're a director, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. And I'm like, you are so welcome. So just lean into it and ask questions in a way that does not, what's the word I'm looking for? So that the consultant is not put in a difficult position. Because doing a complimentary makeover, that's not a difficult position, that's a blessing and a gift. So that's why I say, I don't tell them what it is. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to reach out to your consultant, step through things with her, and then she'll be reaching out. So that's the way I handle that. Any other questions?
So if, you know, my recent experience, let's say she thinks she has a consultant, she hasn't talked to her in a year or whatever, and she's like, oh, it's Amy Sue, here's her number, and you call Amy Sue and she's like, girl, I ain't even doing Mary Kay anymore. I mean, like, would you just call back and be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've had that happen. And it was a mother-in-law. Awkward.
Mama. Yeah.
I was like, she was like, I don't want to. I'm like, well, I mean, and she was like, I don't even know what to do. Well, you can reach out to your director. My director didn't talk to me. You know what? How about if I you just respond in a loving way so that if whatever happened was shared from a platform in Mary Kay, you would be proud of yourself and how you handled it. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, so I get the privilege of teaching about product knowledge. I am passionate about product knowledge because when a consultant knows their product, then they are able to help people at a very rapid rate. So what we're going to talk about today is the difference between the translucent powder, the pressed powder, and the silky setting powder. So let's start with the translucent powder. The translucent powder is clear, it's opaque so that the light goes through it. So it does not have any color. It's just opaque. It also has a little bit of oil absorbency, and it also is for all skin types. Anybody remember how much that one is? Anybody? $18. Great job. Great job. Okay, $18. Okay, now the next one that we're going to talk about is the pressed powder. This pressed powder is actually a mineral. This is a mineral powder in a pressed format. So we are one of the few cosmetic companies to have a mineral powder in a pressed format, and it comes in a clamshell that's a little bit like awkward and all of that. So it's made to go in the compact. So I left product in here so that you could see this compact holds cheek colors. It holds highlighters, bronzers, eyeshadows, limited edition products that are square shaped. And yes, it does hold the pressed powder. Now, with this pressed powder, it's magnetized. So it just pops right on in, does not fall out. And with this, you can actually use applicators. You can use the cosmetic sponges. Who knows how much the pressed powder is? Anybody know? Anybody? 18. Pressed powder is 18. Anybody know how much the applicator is on the sponges? The sponges are 4. The sponges are 4, and there's 2 sponges in there, and they are washable. They will last forever and about 2 weeks longer. Not even kidding. So they actually fit right in here, and then it closes shut. Only one of them fits, 2 of them does not fit. So you cut it open, you use one, you wash it, you keep it forever, and then one day you decide to use the second one. Okay, this is the other applicator, and this is the brush, the compact brush. Now, when you're looking this up, I looked up compact brush. Petite powder brush. Okay, that one wasn't going to happen. Petite powder brush. And this one is $450, and it fits right inside there. It is not magnetized. It is not magnetized. This one gives a, when you use the sponges, it gives heavier coverage because it gives more of a all over. Like I have people who use it as a foundation. When you use the brush, it gives a more natural, more sheer, more that kind of look. And then the last item that we're going to talk about today is the Silky Setting Powder. Silky Setting Powder. This does have color. Now, it may not look like it. I picked kind of a light one, but this does have color. And the colors are light, whatever color it is. For example, ivory, light to medium ivory, medium ivory, deep ivory. Every one of them has 4 shades, and they're all exactly the same language. Light, light to medium, medium, and deep. Now, I will share with you that this is very, very finely milled. It is, when they say silky setting powder, they're not kidding. It is so silky. When they first came out with it, I thought, I don't know why you're doing this. Like it's fine. We had the mineral powder that was in kind of the same shape. And I was like, I don't know why you're doing this. And I was like, you know what? They always have a reason. So I'm gonna do due diligence. And so I did the mineral powder on half, and I did the silky setting powder on the other half. And I have a very magnifying mirror. I got in that magnifying mirror and I was like, whoa, my gosh. The mineral powder was chalky. It was chunky. It was not as effortless and just blends into the skin and just gives a flawless look. Like all of that was happening on the silky setting powder side. It was not happening on the other side. And I had never noticed until we had the other. And I was like, wow, this is so superior. And the price point is $20. It is exactly the same. Exactly the same. I will say that it is plant-based. It's not a mineral powder. The other one was a mineral powder. This one is plant-based. And people seem to be like, oh, like they really like that. I don't know why they really like that. And they may not know why they really like that, but they really like that. And then the other thing is the powder brush that we used to apply the mineral with does not do as well with the silky setting powder. It does better with the big fluffy brush. So dusting it or pressing it to get that all over look gives the best finish. Okay. The last thing I want to share is, in my opinion, it is about 1 to 2 shades darker than what the previous formula was. So for example, if someone was a medium beige before, maybe like a beige 3 or a beige 4, I'm going to give them a light beige. I'm going to give them a light beige, and I'm going to remind them that it's 100% guaranteed. Now, this applies just a little bit darker than the previous formula. So if this is a good fit, great, we're going to roll with it. But if you feel like it's just a little bit darker than what you would prefer, don't hesitate to reach out. We will totally get you taken care of. It's 100% guaranteed. So yeah.
You're exactly right. I bought one for myself thinking I was getting, and it's too dark. So I'm going to get another one.
Yes. Yes. It's just, and I will say, in my opinion, it's maybe 2 shades darker. You can get away with one, but yeah. Let's see, over foundation, right? Yes, I do use the Silky Setting Powder on top of my matte foundation. Can it be used on its own? Yes, it can. It's more of a sheer look, and it's not intended to be a foundation, but you can use it. I mean, just like you can use crystalline as a highlighter. Like, is it an eyeshadow? Of course it's an eyeshadow. Can you use it as a highlighter? Of course you can use it as a highlighter. Like, it's America. Come on. So, okay. It is amazing. It is amazing. Okay. Okay. There you go. 5 minutes out the door. Love it. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about the Silky Setting Powder, the translucent powder, or the pressed powder? All right. All right. Okay. Doke. We will now have Emily Lewis share about the face race. Get it, girl. Okay, hang on a second. We have one last question. Is the mineral pressed powder meant to go over your liquid foundation, or is it a foundation on its own? Yes to both. You can use it on top of your liquid foundation, or you can use it as a powder on its own. And I have clients who do both.
For which one?
The pressed powder.
This is Silky Setting Powder.
Just Silky Setting Powder, nothing under it. Yeah. And Zoom is super forgiving. So if somebody's like, yeah, I want more coverage, have them do a powder, and then.
No, you need more coverage than this. But this is light to medium. And I'm like looking at myself. I'm like, wow, it feels a little dark.
Oh, no, it doesn't look dark. It looks really
good. Great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Okay, good. So I am actually going to celebrate the face race.
Fabulous.
Because I'm so excited. First of all, drum roll, people, because our goal was, what did we hit by the 15th of the month? So finishing out Star Consultant quarter, and we hit 61 faces. And let's get real here, because this is here. Well, you've got direct, the speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. So Emily, Marion, Maureen all had faces. Ashley Huffman had faces. Marion Cash Rose had faces. Yay! Ashley Huffman. Yay! Melissa Runyon had faces. Yay! Stormy Lee had faces. Yay! Lindsay something breeding there. Green Up breeding.
Green Up.
Yes.
Had faces. It changes next week.
It changes next week. Well, that's why I was like, which one is it? I don't know. Lindsay had faces. Yay! And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 people had 61 faces. Y'all, that's pretty decent, especially when you're talking about, it was actually a little less than a month. So super proud of y'all. Super proud of y'all. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out, because I want to see how fast we get to 100 faces. I believe we will hit 100 faces. Now, that did not include from the 15th to the 30th, but let's see us hit 100 faces. I don't know, Maureen, if we hit 100 faces by September 30th, don't you feel like that might be qualification for a designer purse? we're at 60, we hit 61 by the 15th. I feel like that's designer purse worthwhileness.
From
So-
the 15th to the 30th, 100 faces?
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Come on. Come on, y'all. So our next hit is 100. Let's do this. Anybody excited about that?
So are we adding to the 61 or is it a whole nother ballgame?
Whole nother ballgame.
Whole nother ball game. But if we don't hit by 30th, guess what? You don't change the goal. You just change the date. So then we'll hit it by the 15th. Okay? Y'all following that? So we're just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. So we're gonna, now I was actually saying 100 by the end of the month because we've got a week, like hit to 100. But if we're adding 100, so that would make us 161, then let's hit it by October 15th. That's absolutely something that we can do. And the more faces that you hit, the more faces you go. Okay, so we're just adding. We're just adding to that number. Let's make the goal and let's hit it. Because honestly, do you feel like you guys worked all, like, I worked my heart out. I got to all my goals. I finished them. Anybody are like, by the 15th, I hit all my goals. I did everything I wanted. Yeah, me either. So
So here's we shared this at the beginning, but a lot of people were in the new consultant training. So this morning I was like, I need more this week. And I just started reaching out to people in my life that I hadn't facialed yet and said, hey, I need 7 more ladies to try products. I'm not asking for your wallets. I'm just asking for your face. Will you please sit down with me this week and try some products and give me your opinion? And I had 4 of 5 of the 10 immediately respond and say, absolutely.
also, our makeover contest ends May 30th. Oh my gosh. September 30th. Clearly, I'm already back in May. It ends September 30th. So that gives you words like, y'all, it's $1,000 cash that Mary Kay is giving to someone. And I can already guarantee you right now, there are not enough people that have signed up for this. There are not enough people that are in it. Like, y'all, people have a legit, honest opportunity at this for a makeover. So that's the other thing, is that ends on the 30th. So they got to be part. They got to be part of it to get in there. And this is what I said to my consultant. I said, I mean, not my consultant, my customer. I said, girl, I want one of my customers to win this. It's been a long time since we've done skincare or makeup together. So let's do it. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's my birthday this week. Absolutely. I'm like, you want to do it on your birthday or you want to do it before your birthday so you look cute on your birthday? She picked before.
I love it. I love it. So get your faces in. We just have a few announcements. First up, the September Skinvigorate brush. So we have 4 days. 4 days. Now, that is more than enough time to add new consultants. It takes like 5 minutes to add a new consultant. If you've done the groundwork on the front end, just getting them in takes like 5 minutes. But the Skinvigorate brush, $75 brush that they are getting just for becoming a consultant and placing that first active order in this month or in October. Okay, so we are closing in on that. Let's knock it out of the park so that way the company does something like this again. But don't be afraid to share that. So as you're talking about the business, you get this brush, $75 value. You get it for free just for ordering the products you love. Okay. Anyone with just a hair of money sense is like, oh, that's a fabulous deal. Okay. So we are so excited about that. Your directors are like ready. I did a new consultant training this week, and I said one of the keys is calling me if it's things that you need help with, whatever. So what, and she wrote on her paper, she said, key number 3, bother Emily. Okay. So we want you to bother us this week with team building calls. Please bother us. Okay. So any person you meet that you facialed that you want to circle back to, we are more than happy to talk to them to help you. For French Lick Fall Retreat, we have 1 spot left in our room. Okay. So the deadline has not officially hit just yet. But we do have 1 spot left in our room. So if you've been on the fence and you're like, I don't know, I can't decide, do it. Sign up tonight and you will have that spot. So that is October. Y'all, I keep getting the dates mixed up. Hang on. October 13th, 14th, and 15th. Okay. Consultant days are the 14th and 15th, and director days the 13th. So get signed up and we will have a spot for you. And then the last thing is the challenge. The challenge. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Okay. Your challenge is to get, hang on. Okay. To get 5 new bookings by the end of the month. 5 new bookings. Y'all, everything, your business lives and dies with bookings. And the faster you learn that, the faster you will soar in your business. You're not going to add new team members if you don't have bookings on your books because they haven't fallen in love with the products. Okay. And 100%, however you finish your September propels you into October. So if you finish your September with, oh, well, I'm just not going to hit my goals this month, I'll try again next month, then you're going to waste 4 days living in that attitude and in that mindset. But if you're like, I'm getting these 5 bookings by the end of this month, we are going to finish this. Even if you don't hit the other goals you set out at the beginning of the month, it's going to propel you into October, and it's going to feel so powerful going into October, already having bookings on your books. Okay. So y'all have a powerful night. I'm not closing the meeting down completely because they are still going in the breakout room. But we are so glad you were on tonight, and have a fabulous night. Unmute and tell Maureen you love her.
Love you, Maureen.
Love you, Maureen.
Oh,
We love you.
Love you. See you next time.
I love you, Emily. I love you, Marian. Forrest.
We love y'all too.
I love you, Stormy. I love you, Lila. I love you, Ashley.
This makes my week.
aw.
Oh, that's so precious.
Aw.
So sweet.
Love you too, buddy.
Aw.
Okay.
Cute.